Okay, so the first part of differentiation is going to be first principle or by definition. So the purpose of differentiation is to find the tangent. Now, what is the tangent, right? The tangent is the slope of a curve. So, you know the slope for, let's say, I'll use another color. So let's say this is my y, this is my x, right? And then this line, okay? This line. So I have a point here, it's 1, 1, right? And then this is 0, 0, obviously, this is origin. And the slope of this would be y minus y, x minus x, something like this, and then it will be 1. So that is the slope, right? So how do you find the slope of a curve? Well, if you have a line that is only touching one point on a curve, that would technically be the slope of the line of the curve, and we call that the tangent. Okay, so how exactly do you find this, right? Well, there's something called first principle. So here you see I drew a curve which is y equals x squared. We take 2 points, okay? So this point is x and x squared, and then we have a point here which is x plus h and x plus h squared. So it's just x plus h on both sides. If we look at the second curve, the h is getting smaller, so it went from here to here. And we want to end up with h becoming or approaching 0, so that we can find the line that only touches one point on the curve. Now, how exactly do we do this? We would use something called first principles, okay? So I'll write here slope. And then the slope of this would be y minus y, x minus x. So this would be x minus x. And then the bottom would, oh, sorry. This is y minus y, so this one. And then x minus x, which is x plus h minus x. And then, since we want the h to become 0, so we would just take the limit of this. And then h is approaching 0. Now, regarding the notation of h, some people will use delta x, which is, I guess it is more accurate because delta x is just change in x, and it can mean a really small change, but honestly it's the same as h. And in the AP test, even though I said that they won't really examine any of the first principle questions, even if they do, use h because it's less brush strokes and it's easier. Okay, and delta x is a lot of syllables and it's hard to pronounce. Yes, something like this. Okay, so you just expand this, right? Expand this, it would be x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus x squared. And then the bottom, well, I could just do this at the top, so this and this cancel, so I could just erase this. Okay, so here x squared and x squared cancel out, and then we will just be left with 2x plus h. I take the h out. H cancels, and then I sub h equals 0, well, h approaching 0 inside, and then I will just get the answer as 2x. So this is how you find the slope of a curve, or the tangent. Now, you may ask, right? This is not a number, okay? There's an x inside, there's a variable inside. Well, if you plug any number on this curve inside here, you will find the slope of it at the exact point. So yes, this is the tangent, but you have to put in the point before you can find the slope. And that is first principle, yes.